Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah Almighty, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Dear students, here is your teacher Fareen Kazmi with your English class 10 of week 3. Dear students, today we are going to introduce you about the direct indirect narration, and we are going to learn about the reading comprehension exercise question number 5 to 6, 7 and 8. And next one is next topic that is not written over here, but we are going to include it, that is about the reading of chapter 3, that is reading poem The Try Again, written by W.E. Hickson. By the end of the chapter, by the end of the lecture of direct indirect narration, the students are able to convert the direct speech into indirect speech, and they will be very good, very well aware about the rules of conversion, the direct speech into indirect speech, and we are going to tell the procedure of changing the speech into indirect by telling you different rules and regulation and information about the direct indirect, right? And then we are your topic of your narration is on your textbook, page number 172 to 173 of your English grammar and composition book, and your comprehension about exercise unit number 2 is 20, page number 20 part B, and page 25 about your writing skills, and 26 as well as. So basically these are three things that about the written work and direct indirect rules as well, while one is just your for your one is just for your understanding and learning the next topic about the try again. So let's move to our today's first topic, that is about the narration, and we are going to define the narration. That narration helps us make sense of events and share our experiences with others, used to entertain, explain, summarize, persuade, etc. So dear student, we understand that whatever in happened in past, the events, the situation held at around us or in somewhere, that is told by, that is explained by us or somebody else in present form or is in present tense, is called the narration, in present situation as well. So there are 5 main points to remember about the narration. That stories with the chronological sequence, utilize transition and points of view, and then remember to have what, when, where and why, and then use personal experience to enhance your argument, and then use clear transition to make a rational sequence of the event. So we understand that by making narration, by making narrative of the that particular happening, we keep in our mind that we have to keep the chronological sequence same, we have to transition the same points of view. We will not add much much more about from us. We'll just tell whatever we have heard about that, and then what, where, when, who and why is also of include in the thing, and then use personal experience to enhance your argument, and then use clear transition to make rational sequence of the event. So we dear student, we understand that direct speech is something, the way of speech in which the actual word of speakers are repeated is called the direct speech or indirect narration. Example is that he says I am ill. I am ill is the direct speech, while indirect speech is another thing. And indirect speech is tells us that the way in which only the substances of the speaker's speech is given is called indirect speech or indirect narration. like he says that he is ill. So we observe that indirect speech is not a actual word usage of the particular person whose message is conveyed by the speaker, while direct speech is containing the same word, the same structure, and the same thing, whatever the person has asked. So we observe that direct speech is something that is actually the word speaker speak, while indirect speech is the conversion of of those particular words into own. Okay, and then there are two parts of direct speech: reported speech and reporting speech. So first one is about group of words written in the inverted commas is called the reported speech, while reporting speech is the group of words written out of inverted commas. So we observe that the blue group of words is reporting verb, reporting speech, while the purple or violet color is showing us about the reported speech, right? Because it is covered with the inverted commas and question mark as well, but question mark is not a part of the every reported speech, but inverted commas are telling us that this is the actual speech, and this is direct speech, and this is telling us whatever the person is saying. So here is further explanation. He says I'm writing a book. He says the portion is divided into two as described in before, like this, that he says is reporting verb, says is reporting verb, while I'm writing a book with inverted commas is reported speech. The actual part of the person's speech is called the reported speech, and you are going to change this reported speech into indirect speech or narration. So here are some rules of changing all the portions of reported speech, like this, that change of pronouns. So we see that we have to change the reported pronoun into indirect speech. So what are the conditions and what are the things how we can change the pronouns, like this: John said I'm coming. Indirectly it will change like this: then John said that he was coming. So we observe that I change into he, and inverted commas are gone, while that is entered into the process of conversion using sun formula. So we are observing that while changing the pronoun cases, here is the thing that is written, that first person change according to the subject, and second person change according to object, while third person not change. First person is about subject and second person is about object, while third person is not change. So we observe that first person change according to subject, second person change according to object, and third person is not change. This is the formula we have to keep in our mind while changing conversion. And second one is about change of tenses. Change of tenses is about direct speech, that John said I am coming, and John indirectly said, John said that he was. I change into I am, change into he was. I is also changed and he is also changed, and was and am is changed according to the tense situation, right? So we observe that simple present tense change into past, present continuous change into past continuous, present perfect change into past perfect, present perfect continuous change into past perfect continuous, simple past into simple past perfect, past continuous change into past perfect continuous, while past perfect has no change, and past perfect continuous as well, simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. So my dear, we observe that simple present tense and simple past tense, having all these three kinds, are changed, while the future tense is not changed. every form. So my dear student, we observe that there is a changes occurrence in simple present and simple past tense with the other categories, but there is no change in future tense. So change of situation is the third part, the third section or third thing to consider, that is about the situation. This change into that and that change into this, while big last night into previous night. So here is the example, this change into that, here change into there, now, then, today, that day, yesterday, that day, the day before, or tomorrow, the next day, last week, the week before, next month, the following month, ago, before. Questions number 4 is question and answer. So we observe that there are yes no question and WH question. So what are the changing thing? Like John asked her, "Are you coming?" Yes or no question. John asked, "Where is Mary?" This is WH question type. So the answers are like this, that yes no questions use if or whether, and WH question use the word WH word, right? Like this, that John asked if or whether she was coming. And then second is about the WH questions, how they convert like this. John asked where Mary was. Okay, same they use the word WH word with the changing of the direct into indirect. Next is about action, promises, orders, request, etc. Direct speech is telling us John ordered Bill clean my boots. John ordered Bill to clean his boots. Object plus to plus infinitive. Reporting using present and future tense. John said the sun rises from the east. Indirect speech is not converting all the things. All the things are same, just there is included that. So we understand that if the original speaker's present and future is still present and future, so it will be not change. In other words, the tense is unchanged. So we also observe that sun rises is the universal truth. So we can say that the universal truths are not going to change, or the tense is unchanged. Number 7 is about modal verbs. Look and must, should, would, could, might, ought and must are. These are all modal verb. There is some particularities about the situation. So we see that these are not going to change in conversion. Thus they are same, but other things like now and then is changed, and I and he pronoun case is changed. So basically we understand that the change occurs in conversion. First is about tenses, second is about verb change, then words change, then pronoun case change, and then there is modal verb, no change in modal verb, then there is no change in tenses of universal truth. So that is eighth one. Eighth one is about where. WH question and WH questions are the same. We are observing at as it is explained before that WH questions conversion is the same with the WH word. So we are understanding, we are looking that my friend asked where Venus was is the same, is changed into was, and the where is change is not change, right? While just the question mark is removed, and inverted commas as well. So other example of WH questions are same like this, but you have to just keep into your mind while making WH question that first, second and third are written over here. First one is put the subject before the verb, and then join the clauses using how, who, whom. Same like this, how, who, whom, where, when and why will be put into the starting of the clause, and then adjust the second verb to the time frame of the first verb. First verb का जो time frame होगा उसके साथ आपने second verb को put कर देना है, उसको adjust कर देना है accordingly, ठीक है? And this is it for the WH question. And then again there is some example of WH question. My friend said where are you going? My friend asked where I was going. My friend said, whom did you call? My friend asked whom I had called. So we see that home and where are the same. Well, he asked me how many times have you seen that movie. He asked me how many times I had seen the movie. Have is changed to had and didn't change into had, and are changed into was accordingly. As I have explained in the changes of tenses, you are saying that simple present in the change into simple past, present continuous, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect, present perfect continuous, present past perfect continuous, simple past, past perfect, same. So you see that this is the same process but with just little bit changes of where, whom, and how are the same, and just was and had changed, and pronoun cases change. So this is all about the changes of and the conversion of the indirect speech. While there is a second, here is a second topic of our today's task, that is about the exercise number of unit number 2, question answer 5, 6 and 7. What is the significance of the New Year Eve dinner? So significance is about the importance. So according to the family, a Chinese family, they have lot of significance and importance for in their lives and in their society, as they believe the important event and festivity of the New Year Eve dinner, as it consists of the prosperity and long-lasting world by using the 8 and 9 dishes, as they believe the prosperity and long lasting of the year and the happiness and the prosperity for the families. So they all together and celebrate the festivity, and they have lot of importance of the New Year Eve dinner because it is consisting of 8 to 9 dishes, right? Question number 6 is, what do the little red envelopes filled with the money symbolize? So we understand that there are two types of red envelopes, celebration involvement. We see that the first, the one kind of red envelopes are for the young ones, while second one are for the elders, for the unmarried people. So the red envelopes filled with the money are supposed to given by, to the little children or the children filled with money. So we observe that it is for the prosperity, for the happiness, and for the good luck in the coming year ahead. So red envelopes filled with the money are symbolizes with the prosperity, for the happiness, and for the welcoming the new year. So question 7 is about, what is the importance of Chinese New Year for Chinese family? So we all see that they celebrate the Chinese New Year, and it is starting from the changes of the moon phases with the lunar calendar. They they give more importance to the New Year celebration with the as they celebrate with the full zeal and zest, and they are more vigorous to get involved into the festivity of the Chinese New Year. So there is lot of importance for the celebration. Next one is about writing skills, and writing skills uh, is on page number of 25 of the textbook, and it is about the summarization of the lesson by arranging the celebration of Chinese New Year chronologically. Chronologically mean with the order of time and space and year and dates as well. So it means it is telling us that you are not going to disturb the sequence as it is given in the book and as a text. So you are going to write it as it is, but into your own word. First you will write the title of the lesson, then there will be New Year Eve celebrations telling, and then you will tell before the festivity what they do, and then first day of the festival, and then significance of the festival, as these are written in the book. Second task is about B section, that is writing an essay or our cultural festival on with the words of 220 to 250 words. You are going to introduce paragraph with the topic sentence and that is our cultural festival. And paragraph 1, 2 and 3 and 4, there will be 4 5. So dear student, you will tell the sequence of the paragraph by supporting detail of the topic, and then second paragraph will include with the supporting detail of the first paragraph, and then third again uh, with the section of supporting details and events, and then there will be concluding paragraph. So this is all from the writing skills of unit 2, and let's move to the third topic of today's task, that is about the try again, the poem. And this poem is, as you are watching, that there is a little ant carrying a lot of food in his back, and it is symbolization about the spider, or the about the ant, what he or she do in his or her life for getting success, for getting food or getting aim. So try again is a poem that is telling us about the doing the task, or getting involvement about in the task, whatever your task, whatever your goal, you need to be focused on it, whether you face the unsuccessful, whether you face failure in your case, but you need to be success, you need to do it, try again and again to get success in your um, right. So here is the point. It's a lesson you should heed. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then your courage should appear. For if you will persevere, you will conquer. Never fear. Try again. So we are observing that this is a poem written by W.E. Hickson, and we are observing that one or two words are coming again and again, and at the end of the verse, like this word try again. So do you know why the word try again is coming again and again? What the reason behind that? So my dear student, the reason behind the try again word occurrence again and again is that the poet is giving us the message and telling us that this is the major, this is the main, this is the pivot, this is the main point of his writing the poem, that is about try again. And this is the message, this is the main theme, and this is the important thing of the poem, that is about try again. One thing more is also that it covers the rhyme schemes as well. It gives the rhyming theme to the poem as we are reading the poem. So poem is basically having a weight and having a verse style and having a singing type of material in it. So the word try again and heed, succeed, appear, persevere, fear are giving the sense of same sound and rhyming sound as well as, but the words are also telling us about the meaningful words, like try again is again the message of the poem, and the word heed is about the giving stress and giving try, giving strive. So heed is a word that is about struggle, right? So the meaning of the word heed is giving importance and giving try again and again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then your courage should appear. For if you will persevere, you will conquer. Never fear. You try again. Persevere means to give, keep your struggle hard. So he is giving attention, giving importance, and giving try. While persevere is also same for the continuous struggle, for the continuous hard work, for the continuity of that particular word you are going to get, or you are going to involve it, right? So the in this paragraph, in this stanzas, the poet W.E. Hickson is telling us that you should try best your best, and if you fail, if you don't succeed, then you should not lose your heart, your courage. You should be consist on, and finally you will conquer. You will never fear, and you will never get loose. So you should try again. So the question is written over here in the block form, that what does the word persevere mean? And the persevere is about the continuity and consistency of the struggle. So we can say that persevere mean consistency and continuous struggle and continuous strive for the target word is called persevere. The second stanza, once or twice thou you should fail, if you would at last prevail, try again. If we strive, it's no disgrace, though we did not win the race. What should you do in the case? Try again, try again. So again we are saying, observing that try again is over here with the stanza. He is carrying again with it, and fail, prevail, disgrace, race, case are the rhyming words. You have to find out the rhyming case as well, and let's understand what the words are telling us. Once or twice thou you should fail. The poet is again having the supporting detail of the first paragraph, that first stanza, that whatever the problem you face, whatever the thing that you fail in 2 times or 3 times even in your life, so what happened, it's nothing, it's not, no matter that you fail in once or twice, you would last prevail. Inshallah you will get your target at last. No matter you fail in once or twice, finally you will get the chance to win the thing, right? So you should try again. Here is the message. And if we strive, it's no disgrace. The poet W.E. Hickson is again on the stress that no matter of disgrace or humiliation, that you strive for the getting good marks, for getting interest, for getting high achievement, it is just upon your strive. So you don't need to feel humiliation or shyness. Don't feel shyness, because it is final that you have to get the target. Thou we did not win the race. What should you do in that case? Try again. So if the person is saying that it is no matter that you don't win the race, you just do it again for getting through it, over it. So again the poet is giving us the message of not feeling shame, not feel shyness for stepping it again. No humiliation should be felt by the person who failed. Just enter and do your strive for getting the target. So here is the word block question. If we strive, it's not disgrace. Explain the sentence. So you explain it as that it is not a matter of disgrace or matter of humiliation. It is just about getting the target. The basic thing is about achieving the goal in your life. No matter. Here I'm going to tell you a story of Temur Lang, the person, the king from the Afghanistan, and he was a great warrior as well, and the person who got the lot of lands and the area of the continent. And once he was, so my dear student, I was just telling you about the story of a person, of a king Temurlang. Once he was very tired for occupied a particular place somewhere near Afghanistan or somewhere at Indian place, and he was unable to get that place because of some reasons. So he observed, he was just lying on his bed or somewhere. He observed that there was one ant, and he was just trying to he was just struggling to get over the tree again and again. Almost 10 or 20 times he lost his weight and fell through the tree. But but he observed that he is not moving back from his target. The ant was again and again tried to get approach to the tree. He was not feeling ashamed. He was just trying to get the target by reaching the tree. So from that place he got a topic. He got a lesson, moral lesson, that look how the ant is just a little creature, but he is not getting back, he is not moving back, he is not getting disheartened from his task. And I'm a person who can do a lot. Allah has given me a lot of things, and I am Ashraf al Makhlukat. I am the greatest person, I am the great man, I'm the man in this world, and this is my priority. Allah has given me a sense and and the body. I can do everything. Allah has given me genius, intelligence, but why I cannot? So this is very important thing in our life, that we should not get back, and we should not disappoint, right? So third stanza is about, if you find your task is hard, try again. Time will bring you your reward, try again. All that other folk can do, why with patience should not you? Only keep this rule in view, try again. And this is the final words of the poem in stanza. Again we are observing that is hard, reward, do, you, view. These are the rhyming words, and different tasks or different words are that about the reward. Reward is the gift or the present, or the you can say that the prize. Reward is the prize. And other folk is the word that is for the common people, for the other people around you. The common society people are called the folk. Why with patience should not you? Patience mean with the continuity and consistency, and with the patience, and with no sense of annoying, and no disheart, with the full positive elements, is called the patience. And rule is about the point, about the rules and regulation. So if you find your task is hard, try again. So if some person is saying that I'm very meek and mean, I'm very meek and low person, and with low support of the people, but it is very tough for me for getting this thing. So you just try again. Time will bring you your reward. The poet is telling us the subtle fact of the life and time, that Allah and the time is the will give you reward. Whatever you do for your task, whether your task is very much hard and tough for you, and you are not able to get it, but what you try will come as a reward for you in the future. What part, what section, what time you give to that particular hard thing will come into your as your reward. Allah will give you the same portion of your work as a form of reward. So it will its blessings, the blessings and the rewards and the prizes will come inshallah later, while the time will goes on. And all that other folk can do, why with patience should not you? Only keep this rule in view. The poet is giving us just one beautiful rule and one very great rule to you, that you should keep into your mind. If you feel some bad, if you feel some shyness, if you feel fear, if you face failure, then you should see the other people who are also getting it, who are also striving for it. If watch the people who got it, the past people, the achieved person from the society, how we should must keep into eyes on that people, that how they are doing with the patience, with the happiness, and bearing all the things from the society and from the hard thing of that particular task. So you should also keep into your mind that these are tough times and these are um, not easy, but Allah and time will give you reward of that thing, and you have to do it as all the people are doing it. It is not only you doing the strive for getting it, it is all word that is involved in the trying again and again. Nobody is sitting idle, so you should also not sit idle. You should also make try for your target. And this is all from today's task, my dear students. So today I'm going to recapitulate our today's task, and let me tell you again that today we had complete our three tasks. One was about the direct and indirect narration, and second was about Chinese New Year question answer and the reading and writing skills of writing summarization of the chapter, and the third one was about the writing the top essay on the topic of cultural festival, and the fourth topic was about the reading the poem of Try Again, with the rhyme scheme, with the theme, and with the vocabulary word. So hope you will do it best at your homes. Please do your writing work at your home with the same date of 8 July, and try to write out the try again words vocabulary as well as, and hope for the best for the future. And it is Allah Hafiz from me today, and Allah Hafiz. Let me say you goodbye.